have to share this. Also because it's so important to see how exactly this is playing out, what we're talking about, right? So I had this client who wanted to finally stop smoking. She had started at a very early age and was now at that point taking about 18 cigarettes a day. So serious smoker, right? And her wish was to effortlessly be free from addiction. That was her wish. Yeah. So during our metaphor work, the client found a blue butterfly, beautiful blue butterfly in her heart. It wanted to fly out into the bright and sparkling space of freedom. And that's the freedom from addiction. But the butterfly was stuck. It could be freed by the abundant fountain of life force, which was flowing through the client's body. But this life force was dampened down by something dark below her heart. And this was when the client realized that her addiction was connected with avoiding this dark place. So we looked closer at that. And it turned out to be actually a tight fist, holding something that wanted to come out. And once this life force touched the fist, it opened really slowly and carefully. And then deep grief and despair and even some shock emerged from it. And the client felt those emotions right in the moment during the session. They all dissolved once they were felt. They dissolved into light. And afterwards, a lot of butterflies fluttered out of this open palm, right? But that was still not it. So there was still movement. The client was really listening into herself. I remember that, yeah? And looking inside, so that she still noticed movement in that dark place, which was the fist once. So the life force now was really circulating around the client as a whole, yeah? And then she saw a little child sitting in that hand. And she realized that the tight fist, this something dark, had been protecting the child. This was a very fearful child. And I remember this moment, it felt very holy, also tearful in parts. And at this point, we waited together. We waited patiently for the child to feel safe and stop her trembling. And eventually, she just by herself moved up and took her place in the client's heart. All this happened in metaphor, of course, in very much embodied metaphor, and it took 3 sessions. And at the end of our last session, my client shared with me the peace, clarity, and grounded strength I searched for are here and are very alive. I think I am home. So what has that to do with smoking, right? 6 weeks later, I asked her about that. Of course, I was curious, and she wrote back to me, I'm still on e-cigarettes. So that's a big change, but without nicotine, even bigger change. The habit is getting less and less. I can go long periods without even remembering it. There is still some longing in me, but I have recognized it as the longing to go home, which of course is right here.